Hole. I'm starting chapter 1 now. Shit, this is a cinematic documentary script written for voiceover narration. Slow pacing, emotional depth, and historical realism. Approx 3,000 words. Continuous storytelling style. Chapter 1. The Night the Ocean Took Them, April 14, 1912. The North Atlantic is calm, unnaturally calm, a dark, glassy surface stretching endlessly beneath a moonless sky. The air is bitter cold, so sharp it burns the lungs. Stars hang low, clearer than ever. Bay, because there is no wind to disturb the water below. On this silent ocean, the largest man-made object on Earth glides forward at near full speed. Its lights blazing like a floating city. Inside, music plays, laughter echoes, champagne glasses clink, and no one believes that anything in the natural world could challenge what human hands have built. Time it. The RMS Titanic is only 4 days into her maiden voyage, yet already she has become a symbol of certainty. Certainty that technology has conquered nature. Certainty that steel can defeat ice. Certainty that progress has no limits. Passengers speak the word unsinkable, not as a rumor, but as fact. Crew members repeat it with pride. Even those who designed her believed the Titanic could survive any damage imaginable. But confidence, when left unchecked, becomes blindness. Stu rowed throughout the day. Warnings had arrived. Ice reported ahead. Pack ice. Large bergs drifting south. Ships nearby slowed or altered course. But aboard the Titanic, these warnings were treated as inconveniences rather than threats. The wireless operators were overwhelmed with passenger messages. The bridge trusted visibility. The ship pressed forward, slicing through waters where ancient ice waited patiently. At 11:40 p.m., the calm is broken. Not by an explosion, not by a violent crash, but by a subtle shudder that runs through the hull like a nervous tremor. Most passengers barely notice. Some feel a vibration beneath their feet. Others hear the faint sound of ice brushing against steel. A few look up from their conversations, curious but unconcerned. In first-class lounges, the music continues. In cabins, people turn in their beds and fall back asleep. The iceberg slips past the ship, invisible now, already fading into darkness. And yet, in that quiet moment, the fate of more than 1,500 people is sealed. Below the waterline, the damage spreads silently. The iceberg has torn open seams along the ship's hull, popping rivets, bending steel plates, allowing the freezing ocean to rush inside. 6 watertight compartments begin to flood. One by one. Slowly, relentlessly. The ship's designers never imagined this scenario. 4 compartments. Yes. 5. Maybe. But 6 means death. The bow begins to sink. Water creeps upward, spilling over bulkheads never meant to be overtopped. The Titanic does not scream as she dies. She bleeds quietly. Engineers fight to keep the lights on. Crew members move passengers toward lifeboats that were never meant to hold them all. Orders are shouted. Confusion spreads. But still, many refuse to believe the truth. How could something so massive, so modern, so powerful, simply disappear? Or, on the open decks, the cold becomes unbearable. Breath turns to mist. Women and children are loaded into lifeboats, often underfilled, lowered into the darkness below. Husbands kiss wives goodbye, promising they will follow. Some know they are lying. Others believe it. Many couples are separated forever in those moments, divided by class, by rules, by chaos. But not all. Some are on the ship, away from the grand staircases and polished halls. 2 people choose not to run. They do not fight their way toward lifeboats. They do not search for salvation in wooden boats dangling over black water. Instead, they remain together. Whether by choice or by fate, they stay close as the ship tilts, as the floor becomes a wall, as gravity pulls everything toward the sea. No one knows exactly where they are. A cabin, a hallway, an open deck. Chateau. History does not record their names in that moment. Only their silence. By 2:18 a.m., the ship can no longer hold herself together. The stress becomes too great. Steel groans. Lights flicker. Then the Titanic breaks apart. The bow plunges downward, pulling hundreds into the water. The stern rises into the air, silhouetted against the stars, before collapsing and vanishing beneath the surface. At 2:20 a.m., the ocean closes over everything. The water is a killer more ruthless than fire. In minutes, bodies stiffen. Hearts stop. Screams fade. Those who survive cling to lifeboats, listening to the cries of the dying until even those sounds disappear. Then there is only darkness, broken by stars and the distant creak of drifting ice. When dawn comes, the sea is littered with bodies frozen. Still, many are never recovered. The ocean claims them, slowly pulling them down into depths beyond human reach. Over time, flesh dissolves. Clot loathing decays, bones scatter. The Atlantic becomes their eternal grave. For decades, that is where the story ends. A tragedy. A warning. A legend. The Titanic lies undiscovered for 73 years, resting nearly 4 kilometers beneath the surface. Pressure there is crushing. Darkness absolute. Temperatures hover near freezing. No sunlight reaches the seabed. Time moves differently in the deep. It does not heal. It preserves